I'm Terry Castleman, and we've got some guests here today. This is Caitie Barker, Chef Caitie Barker from Caitie Girls, and we've got a couple of the guys from the Animal Protective League here, and we're going to give them some donation. And then later on, we're going to be doing a cooking show with Caitie. She's going to be cooking some fabulous things. But right now, we're at Farmers Market, the fabulous Farmers Market with Caitie Barker. And who am I with? And who are these guys?
This is Bozo and this is Mill.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And we're going to go now and buy some fabulous fresh produce here at Springfield's Farmers Market. Hi, I'm Terry Castleman. We're here at the very busy Farmers Market with Chef Caitie Barker, and this is Andy the Farmer. Caitie, why don't you take this over with Andy? What are we doing here?
It's Children's Day. Andy here is one of my very favorite farmers, and you're one of my favorites because your stuff is always really good and you grow a lot of different things, okay? So you want to talk a little bit about why it's important to buy locally and who your best customers are, that kind of thing?
Sure. Well, we, like you said, one big thing that we do stress is diversity in our garden. We do grow lots of different
Like there's
things.
some Jerusalem artichokes over there, right?
Yeah, you don't see those many
I've
places.
never seen those in
fact,
Springfield.
most people think it's ginger or it's one of the oldest cultivated vegetables around, actually. This has been grown for a long, long time, and most people don't even know what it is. So
they're kind of gaining popularity. I see a lot of restaurants now trying to, like
what do you do with
Jerusalem artichokes.
Well, that would probably be a better question for you, because I cook everything about the same way. I either saute it or I roast it. So.
I mash them. I think they're awesome. Yeah,
do you
I like
peel that, or do you peel it?
I've never peeled it. Do you?
Yeah, I don't peel it.
Oh, okay.
I don't peel anything. I don't even peel potatoes. Screw that. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like I was saying, we grow lots of different things. We think it's important diversity is key when you're doing vegetable naturally grown without chemicals and things like that. So yeah, it's important to grow lots of different things, and there's more to vegetables and corn and soybeans and potatoes, and so.
So how long have you been doing this?
This is my 8th season, or it might even be the 9th at this market. About my 3rd year full time. So.
Andy, can people come out to? I'm sorry. Can people come out to your farm?
They can come out and visit all the time. Yeah,
really?
We don't do a lot of on-farm sales just because we would never get anything done in the field.
I understand that.
But we do encourage people to come out and see the farm, check it out.
Where would that be located?
It's east of Rochester.
Okay.
On Hendrickson Road.
Is there a sign that says Andy's Farm?
No, it's it's actually it's
Veenstra,
the Vinston
right?
family farm. It's it's 3 farmers, basically, 3 families. It's myself, Garrick Veenstra, and Todd Vincent. Vincent all working together. So
cool. Nice. How many acres is it?
His farm is 22 acres total. We do about 2.5 in vegetable production.
Nice.
So that's a lot when you're doing everything by hand. So,
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
very
weeds
cool.
grow very well, so it's a lot of work. Getting out of there.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to buy some squash, but thanks for talking to us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, I'm Terry Castleman. I'm here with Chef Caitie Barker. We're back in the restaurant. We had a fabulous time at the Farmers Market with Andy the Farmer and with all the great big dogs from the Animal Protective League.
And 8,000 preschoolers.
Yes. What a day to be at Farmers Market. But anyway, what I wanted to mention to everybody out there in TV land is that Caitie Barker here is trying to get a James Beard Foundation Award. That's like the Oscars in the food world, isn't it, Caitie? Yeah. How do they do that? How do they go online and do this?
You just go to jamesbeard.org and you just click on it and you can vote. And I don't plan on winning an award. I mean, that's like.
I know, but
I would like to get a nomination.
A nomination. So
and they've got all kinds of different categories. And I think the most likely one for me is they have a Rising Star Award, and it's for restaurant owners under 30.
Okay, and most of the times these would go to restaurants like in New York or Chicago or
it's more
Atlanta.
of a big city thing.
So this would be our time here in our fabulous Springfield, Illinois, which everybody knows is the center of the universe, that we can get a James Beard nomination for Caitie Girl just by going on jamesbeard.com, right?
.org.
.org. jamesbeard.org and get Caitie a nomination. Anyway, what are we going to cook today?
Well, we went to the market, and I got some squash and some pumpkin and some apples.
Okay.
Very fallish, all right?
Okay.
So today we're going to make a squash soup, an acorn squash soup.
Okay.
And we're going to make a stuffed pumpkin.
Okay.
That's a vegetarian thing.
Okay.
So, or you can put
Okay.
meat in it if you want.
Okay,
but-
okay.
And then we're going to make some apple dumplings.
Okay.
All
I've
right.
seen the presentation of the squash soup. That's to die for.
Nice.
It is.
Yeah.
It is to die for. But I've never made an apple dumpling in my life, so
Well, we're going to do it.
right now.
All right. Are you
Okay.
excited?
I'm very.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is get the dumplings started so we can get them in the oven and they'll be done by the time that we're ready.
Okay. Mhm.
So I like to use any kind of apple, but any kind of like mixed apple, like a Jonathan apple or Fuji apple or a Honeycrisp, the kind that are like kind of red, kind of yellow.
Mhm.
The all the way red, like a Washington apple, or the all the way yellow, like a Granny Smith, they get kind of mushy.
Okay. Granny
Okay.
Smith.
I mean,
turns
they're
out mushy?
fine. They're
Okay.
fine.
You need something that's going to hold
They get
up.
kind of mushy. Yeah, you want something to hold up.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you got a Granny Smith and you want an apple dumpling, make it. You
Okay.
know. But, okay. So I'm gonna peel this guy. It's one of the
Mm-hmm.
few times you'll see me peel anything.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm lazy.
You mentioned that at Farmer's Market. I asked you about the Jerusalem artichoke when I held it up. How the hell do you peel this? And you said you don't.
Yeah.
You just boil it, or would you oven roast that and then mash
I
it?
do either. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've really gotten into those oven roasted vegetables.
Yeah,
really
they're good.
like
They're
that.
good, you know.
Yes.
Okay. So
I think you get more vitamins too if you don't put them in water.
it's an excellent peel. If
That's
I say
a-
so myself.
I know.
Okay. Now most people would have an apple core,
I
but
understand.
we don't.
We don't.
So get an apple core. Don't do this because
Okay.
you're just asking to cut your thumb off.
I understand.
Okay, and I just kind of make some cuts.
And
Get
a
the
serrated
core.
cut is the worst cut, I know.
Terry cut his finger the other day, and he will not shut up about it. I'm like, if it's that bad, go get stitches, and then they'll laugh at you.
Yes.
Okay, and I just kind of cut around both sides until I can get the core loosened up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a great thing to do here in Springfield.
There we go.
Because we have local apples and because they're very inexpensive this time of
Yeah,
year.
yeah, they are. You know, like I always say, if something's in season, it's cheaper and it's better quality. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I just got a little cinnamon and sugar here, just on a plate. You can throw a little nutmeg or something in there if you want, but I just got cinnamon and sugar.
I never dreamed that Jerusalem artichokes would be in season in Springfield,
I
Illinois.
know, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at his stuff, I was like, holy crap, is that a Jerusalem artichoke?
They're in season.
All right. Okay, so I'm just going to take this apple and just kind of roll it in the cinnamon and sugar.
Okay.
Okay? Nicey nice.
Okay.
And, you know, apples tend to be kind of tart, so, you know, make sure you get some on the inside, you get it coated all over.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I have a pre-bought pie crust that I cut in half, the kind that roll out. Okay? All right, so I'm just going to unroll that. And you can get 2 apples per crust.
Okay.
Okay, so this is cut in half. And just give it a little stretchy. Don't stretch it too much, or you know it's going to bust on you, and that's no good. And also, if you stretch pie crust, it tends to shrink up when you cook it.
Oh, okay.
So be careful. So
Okay.
Popping that apple right on there. Then I've got some butter, just a little chunk of butter. You don't want to bust your apple open, so kind of form your butter to fit in your core there.
Okay. Put
Okay.
some butter in it. Oh, my-
Stuff it with butter.
I love it.
Okay, and then put some more cinnamon and sugar on top of it, so it'll kind of melt down into the center. And then we've got an egg somewhere. Okay. We're just going to do a little egg wash on it.
Okay.
Okay. And what this egg's going to do, it's going to do 2 things. We're going to put a little bit on the inside because it'll help seal our crust. Just go around the edges, just where you know the crust is going to kind of make contact with each other.
Okay.
Okay.
So that the apple juices don't ooze out all over the place.
Well, you know, if you don't
They're
do
gonna
it,
ooze a
then the
little.
crust just kind of opens up and
then
falls
it just
over. Yeah,
okay,
and then it's more
okay,
like
so
a.
you don't seal it.
Then it's
Okay.
more like a free-form tart.
I understand.
All right. So we're just going to wrap it up.
And I love this pie dough that you can buy, that you don't have to make it.
You
or
know,
roll it
it's
out
as
or
good as
anything.
anything you can make.
Yeah.
It really is. So I just kind of scrunch it up like that, make sure all your edges are sealed. Some people like to cut out little leaves of crust and put on there, but I don't. So, okay. So there's our apple dumpling, and I'm gonna put it on a little pan here.
Okay.
And you don't have to spray it, because there's enough fat in the pie dough.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Put it on there, put a little more egg wash on top of it.
Okay.
And that just makes it kind of shiny.
Okay.
It's not the end of the world if you don't want to do it. Okay. And then a little more cinnamon sugar on top. And then just bake it like 400 degrees for about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Just till it's golden and the apple's soft inside.
Okay, okay.
And you know the apple's soft when kind of a little juice starts to ooze out.
Oh, my.
Okay?
Well, that was pretty simple.
Yeah, it's
That's
easy.
wonderful.
Yeah. It's a good dessert for like dinner party or
Yeah.
something. Okay, let me clean this stuff up. Okay, next up, let's just get our squash soup going, I guess.
Okay.
Sound good? All right, I'm gonna take an apple. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take an onion.
So
We're
there's
just gonna
apples
chop
and
these
onions
up.
in the squash soup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of a sweet soup, and that's why I put the apple in there. It kind of makes it a little sweet. And while I'm cutting this up, I'm gonna get some butter going in our pan, saute our apples.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and then your apple, just kind of cut in pretty good sized chunks.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's still, you can tell what it is.
Yeah, so you can tell what it is. And the more times you reheat this soup, the more the apple just kind of disintegrate,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
so. And we're gonna put a lot of, you know, different like fibrous type vegetables in here, and so that way the soup kind of thickens itself.
Okay. Is this one of those things that it's better if it sits overnight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really good until you reheat it about like 5 times.
Oh.
Okay. All right, plop our apple in there. You want fairly high heat when you're doing this, because you want the apples to kind of get a little bit caramelized before you before they start to break down and lose their juice.
Okay.
Now I just do like half an onion. And if you're not a big onion fan, I know you're out there.
Yes.
You can leave it out. No big deal.
There's some people that just don't like them.
Yeah, you know, and then they're like well, I like them cooked but not raw. And just kind of big chunks again. Okay. Plop that in there. All right. Okay, now this is an acorn squash right here.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna cut this in half. There we go. Gently sever the squash. And just take a spoon and scoop out the seeds like you would a pumpkin.
Okay. Okay.
All winter squash are pretty much the same. Cut it in half, scoop the seeds out. Like
Okay.
that's the drill. All right. And then I've done some of these already. What you do is just salt and pepper them, a little olive oil, put them on a sheet pan in the oven until they're golden, about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So this is what they look like. Right here.
Okay, after you cooked them in the oven.
See,
okay.
and you want to leave them until they start to get kind of brown.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to take these.
I wondered how you got, oh, that's very simple.
And then people try to peel squash
Don't
before you
peel.
cook it, and you
Oh.
just kill yourself. Just roast it, and then the skin will peel right off. Now, some squash, not all, but some of it has, right in the little ribs, have these little
okay.
kind of tough little veiny things, so just kind of pick those out. Okay? You like squash, Terry?
Well, I love this, and I love the way that it looks. And
Oh,
I didn't know I would love it till I tasted it.
You're a spaghetti squash fan, aren't you?
Oh boy, big time, all summer. Bake it in the oven, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and I'm there. And the other thing I make is that moussaka that you showed me how to make. With the eggplant.
You're
I live on
addicted
it
to that.
now.
You're like
moussaka isn't just for breakfast anymore.
I have these farmer friends who every year grow a joke crop that they just give away. And one year it was spaghetti squash.
Okay.
And we had probably like 800 spaghetti squash that we distributed in the community with recipes. It was ridiculous.
Did they make it then? They probably did make it, didn't they?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. Probably. Okay, so I'm just going to take the squash, just kind of mash it up in there with my hands. Okay, and it'll break down as it cooks.
Technical term.
Mash it up.
Yes.
And if you want thicker soup, add more. If you want thinner soup, don't add, as much.
Okay.
But as it heats up, it'll start to get thicker and thicker as you reheat it.
Okay.
So just thin it with a little chicken broth or milk or something.
Okay.
Okay. So we got our squash in there. And now we're going to add the rest of our stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to add a quart of cream.
Of course. Just a quart.
But a lot of the times I'll put a handful of bacon in there, like crumbled
Okay.
bacon.
Okay.
Okay.
Or you could do that at the last when you serve it.
Yeah, that'd be good. And then I got a can of chicken broth here. I got a brand new can opener, so this thing better work. Oh yeah. Is it working?
Why don't you just do
You work
this
on
part?
that. And then I've got some sugar.
How much chicken broth do you need?
The can.
Oh, it just broke. Your can opener just broke.
I swear. Every week, at least 3 can openers. So I got about half a cup of sugar in there. And I know that seems like a lot, but this is kind of a sweet soup, like I said. And I'm going to put about, I don't know, half a can of chicken broth. If I need more, I'll put it in later. You owe me a can opener.
I owe you a can opener.
It was $3.95.
That's why it probably broke. Wait, we can take it back.
Yeah. Here you go,
Okay.
County Market. And then some salt and pepper. So we got salt and pepper. We added some cream and some sugar. Okay. And now I'm going to add some nutmeg.
Okay.
And this is whole nutmeg. Most people aren't used to that.
Right.
They look like a little nut.
Yes.
Kind of. Nutmeg.
Nut,
okay, there
yeah.
you go.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Put that back over.
And do you have a little grinder there?
And I got my little microplane.
Okay.
And like a little goes a long way, so don't go crazy. I just put like a few little grates in there. That's good. Okay?
Okay.
Good enough? And then we're just going to let that come to a boil, and we'll kind of continue to mash up our squash as it comes to a boil.
Okay.
Okay, on to our pumpkin. All right, I got a little pumpkin here. It's not a mini pumpkin, but it's a smaller than you would normally buy, so, okay?
Those are called pumpkin pies because that's enough pumpkin for one pie.
Oh, okay, there you go. And we're just going to cut it like you were getting ready to clean it out for a jack-o'-lantern or something.
Okay,
We're just taking the top off. But we don't care if it goes back on perfectly, so,
Right.
you don't have to remember, like, this one has 8 sides and lines up like this.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay? Then we're just going to cut off the little seeds there. Okay? Then we're going to scrape it out. You work on scraping out.
Yes, I will
got
scrape
things
it
to
out.
do.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to stuff this with a lot of different things. You can kind of use whatever. I just use breadcrumbs and cooked barley as a base. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So here's some barley. It's pearl barley. I just cooked it. And you just boil it, kind of like rice. Okay?
Okay. I like barley.
Yeah, I'm a barley fan. I like it a lot. You know, in England, they actually save the water that they cook barley in and put lemon and honey in it and drink it like lemonade.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's any good or not. That's just what I hear.
It doesn't sound very good. But English aren't known for their cuisine anyway.
So breadcrumbs, barley, salt and pepper.
How many is that going to stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
A lot.
a lot. Okay.
I don't know, maybe like 3.
Okay.
I got some dried cranberries. Okay. And what else we got? We got another apple. We can throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you aren't a big barley fan, you can use rice.
Okay.
Okay. Just as long as there's something in there that acts as like a base. Okay.
This is a great time of year to do this because there's all these pumpkins everywhere. And Illinois had a bumper pumpkin crop.
It's super cute. You know, I mean, like, instead of getting the standard plate of food, you know,
Right.
here's a pumpkin. You know, it's kind of cool. All right, some apples. And then I've got a little Italian dressing here. And use kind of a sweeter type Italian dressing. We mix this ourselves. You can just get one of those little Hidden Valley packets or whatever. And
Okay,
mix it
so
up
it's a
yourself.
sweeter.
Yeah, don't use like a zesty pre-bottled.
No, no. It's a sweet Italian. I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
some Italian dressing. Can we open up those pecans for me, Terry?
Yes, I certainly
Here's
will.
a knife.
There.
And then you can put any kind of cheese in it that you want. but I'm using cheddar because I had it laying around. You could use grated Parmesan or something would be good. Got a few chunks of that. And you can really put anything in this. Sometimes I put dried apricots or, you know, whatever you like. Pistachios are good. Okay. Go ahead and dump away. And usually you see me toast nuts. I talk about that a lot. But this is going to cook in the oven, so it's going to they're going to bake and kind of toast.
Okay.
So you can kind of skip that step.
All of that, about one more handful?
Yeah, that's good. It's
okay.
Fine. All right.
What
And I kind of like to
that?
just tear the cheese into it. It's white cheddar.
Oh, okay.
You weren't paying attention.
I know.
I just kind of tear the cheese and leave it in big chunks. So that way, instead of becoming part of this big mass of stuffing, you kind of get little pockets of melted cheese.
Okay, then you get Oh, yes, that's much better.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now we're just going to mix this up. And you just want it to be moistened. If it needs a little more, add a little more. But, you know, you can't take it out, so.
Okay, so I add it carefully a little bit at a time. Okay.
And a lot of people would put like an egg in a stuffing or something like that. I don't really like it in this. I like this to be a little bit looser, but you know, if you like more firm stuffing, put an egg in there. Okay, that's pretty good. It's good enough. So I'm going to take my pumpkin. And one thing people don't do is flavor the inside of the cavity.
Oh, I never thought of that. Okay, so you need
always
to
salt and pepper it a little.
Okay.
Okay, and normally I would oil it, but this has, you know, the oil from the dressing in it. So.
Right.
Okay. We're just going to stuff this guy with our barley and our dried fruits and whatnot. And, you know, all you meat eater people out there, like myself, give it a chance. It's good. And this is going to cook down, so you really want to jam it in there.
That's another one of those technical.
Jam it in there?
Jam it in there,
Get
yes.
rid of that for me?
Yes.
Okay. There's our pumpkin. Make sure that you use a pumpkin that sits up flat like that. If it doesn't, cut just a little bit off the bottom, just like a little shave.
Oh, okay,
if it won't sit up right.
Yes.
Okay? And then that's it. We're just going to put it in the oven just like that.
Just like that.
Bam. Right in the oven.
For how long?
Oh, I don't know, hour.
Okay, it's like
hour
350?
and 10, yeah.
Okay. And this is our beautiful soup.
Yes. Okay, I think we got everything going, so I'm going to run to the oven, check the dumpling, and then we'll plate everything up when we come back.
Oh, that's fabulous.
All right.
Okay, we'll be right back. Hi, we're back, and Caitie has plated up all our little goodies here. Explain to us how you plated them up and what the accessories are on them, would you?
This is our stuffed pumpkin. It's a little bit smaller than the first one we did. This one's kind of just for one.
Okay.
And I just drizzled it with a little balsamic dressing and some pesto.
Okay.
And then our squash soup, what is cool about it is you can save your little squash bowls. And when you hollow them out, just do it like a twice baked potato. Just leave a little bit enough to make it a shell. And then you can serve your soup in the shell.
Is that gorgeous or what?
Yeah, people love that. It's cool. And it saves on dishes, you know.
And then you got like a caramel over the...
yeah, I just put a little caramel sauce on our apple dumpling.
With some whipped cream and a piece of mint, always.
It's a very fall-y menu.
Yes.
So.
I want to remind everybody again to go on jamesbeard.org and please get Caitie nominated for a James Beard Award. That would be fabulous for our little lovely town, Springfield. And always, we enjoy having you here with us cooking. And Caitie, out at Lincoln Land, you're teaching a class out there with Jay Kitterman's program, right?
Yeah.
That's fabulous. I love it. You can go out to Lincoln Land and cook with Caitie. Anyway, till next time, this is Terry Castleman and Chef Caitie Barker thanking you for tuning in with us again. Thanks. Bye-bye. This was pretty.